I was waiting back there in the wings, desperately trying to make a link with the spirit people, and in fact felt a gentleman that waits with me. I know as my man gathers close, he would have been just in his 50s there when he passed, and I want to place him somewhere in his mid-50s, 54, 5 or 6 years of age when he went over. I know my man was a very good man. I know this fella was a very much a family-orientated character. His passing would have come suddenly at the end of his life. I feel there's a pain and a restriction here in my chest as he speaks to me, and I feel that right at the end part of his life he would have gone there with a heart attack or a heart-related death here. He makes me feel that he's dad, and as I feel he's a father here, I know that he comes because he looks for his daughter here in the audience. Now I know as he talks about they were with me as I passed over, but I feel that there were 4 people, predominantly 4 people, that stood with this man and watched this man go from one side of life and into the next stage of life. And it's really a message, although there may be a number of you here this evening, it's a message to let the 4 of them know, that the main number of 4, to let them know that I'm well, that I'm fine, and I'm here, and I've made it safely into the spirit world. Where am I going to go, darlings? Who understands the information that we have? Okay, we have a hand here. Sweetheart, if this message is in fact for you, this would obviously then be your father, my darling, in the spirit world. Do you understand? Say no to me, it's fine.
Say no, it's my father-in-law.
Father-in-law, okay. Bear with me, I'm not quite sure if I'm happy with that. Do we have a mic there, darling, for the moment? Okay, let me go. Yes, please. I'm sorry to take so long to place the link. If we don't place the right one, you go home with somebody else's dad, eh? And that no one wants that at all. It'd be rubbish, in fact. Okay. Who understands me here? Lady here. Let me hear your voice, my darling.
Hello.
Okay. Darling, if this is a message for you, this will be your father, my darling,
yep.
in the spirit world. Do you in fact understand here, my lover, that your father would have had 4 people with him as he passed, or there was predominantly 4 people that wanted to come and say goodbye to your father before he went?
Yeah, I'm one of 4.
Okay, and I feel it's the 4 people that he wants to be with. Let me work with him a bit longer, darling. We'll see if he's for you. Now, would in fact your own father have blue-grey eyes in life, darling?
Yes.
That's it. But I feel we need to speak to you for a little bit longer, because as I'm asking him to come forward, I see a man's face here. I see that he has blue-grey eyes as he looks at me. I know that he winks at you, darling, and I feel this is something that he would have done, something a little cheeky there about your father and his personality. This is not a miserable man, darling. No. This is a very carefree, very joyous, very loving man that I have here. And I know, although we know that you are one of 4, I also feel there are 3 children, darling, but smaller children at the moment in this world.
I've got 3 children.
That's lovely. And I feel that he had a great love for these 3 children as he sees them. I know as this man refers to these kiddies, my darling, or these younger people, that he keeps his eye on them, my love, from the spirit world. And maybe when you can't watch him, then he will keep his eye upon them. The gentleman I have, darling, I don't feel this is a recent passing, my darling, for this man, because he feels though he passed some time ago there. And I know that you're only a young lady now, but he wants to apologise here for passing over at a time when you still very much needed your dad to be around you. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
He makes reference to being at a wedding, darling, from the spirit side of life. So I know you physically couldn't make the wedding, but these spirit eyes saw all that went on there. Do you understand this?
Totally.
I feel this sense of wedding, and I feel, I don't know if that's right for me.
Is his grandson my nephew?
We'll work out and we'll see. Because I know that he's been at the wedding, because I know it, but I feel in some way he was included in that wedding, or included in a speech, or included in our prayers, invited to the wedding. Do you understand? Purely from the spirit side. But this is the information that he wants to bring to me. Now, darling, have you in fact had like a lot of lower back pain yourself, or pains that go into your hip joints here, but more on your right side? Say if you haven't.
No.
Now, the ladies you're with, darling, will you quickly ask them, because I quite like the look of them and all. Now, would one of you ladies have just simple pain? What I know, it's a lower back pain here, and it goes into the right side of my hip, the right side of my leg here. Do you understand it, darling? Don't be ashamed, it ain't your fault, But do you definitely understand that, my darling?
Yeah, just today.
Just today.
Yeah.
I just know I feel the pain. If you are together, do you know each other?
Yeah.
Okay, then stop nigging her link, eh? But no, seriously, let me pull away from you again, darling. Let me come back to your friend just for this moment. Now, darling, as this same gentleman connects again to me, I feel you were able to say goodbye to your father. You were able to say goodbye to your father. But I know that he was only very breathy as he spoke to you in the last moments.
Yeah.
But I feel very much he simply wanted to convey this sense of, I love you, look after yourself, I'll be watching over you.
Yeah.
Now, this link that he brings me, darling, is that he almost, in his own mind, made this thought that I'll get back if I can, you know. If there's something in that other world, I'll get back to them, and there I'll let them know. Darling, I don't wish to be too personal with you. Please don't allow me to do that. But since your father has passed, there has been a real difficulty with you and a man, darling, in your life. You understand me?
Yeah.
Your dad can't stick him. I'll be honest with you there, darling.
Yeah, it was my ex-husband. He hated him.
Is that all right? Perfect.
Yeah, totally.
Because
He hated him.
that's fine. Because since I've gone, I can tell you this, I've watched, this is what he makes me feel. And this problem with this fella, darling, in your life, I know, I don't want to make out your dad's a violent man in any way, but if he was here, he would have belted him.
Oh,
That's
totally.
exactly
You'd
what
have
I
killed
know.
him.
That's lovely. Do you know somebody called Joanne, darling? Joanne.
It's the person my ex-husband ran off with, but...
Darling, did your ex-husband wear tattoos here on his arm? That's it. Because he talks about him wearing tattoos. And had he, to your knowledge, been a fighter man or a boxing man in some way?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, then I think I'm pulling away from you just a little bit, darling.
Yeah.
I'll say God bless you. Thank you very much indeed
Thank
for
you.
listening to me. And God bless. Thank you.
I felt amazement that I got picked out of all these people that were there, that I actually got a message to come through.
His passing would have come suddenly at the end of his life. I feel there's a pain and a restriction here in my chest as he speaks to me.
My dad's name was Alan. He died 1994, and he actually died having a heart transplant done. Died 10 years ago, next month. I was 21 when my dad passed away. I was his little girl. I could wrap him around my little finger. He delivered me. I was born on Christmas morning, and the midwife didn't get there in time, so he actually had to deliver me, but I was a total out of daddy's girl.
It's a message to let the four of them know, that the main number of four, to let them know that I'm well, that I'm fine, and I'm here.
I think the most amazing bit when Tony said there was 4 of us and I'm one of 4, and then when he said but there's 3 younger ones, and I've actually got 3 children, even though they was all born after his passing. I think that was totally amazing. I was gobsmacked.
I know that he winks at you, darling, and I feel this is something that he would have done, something a little cheeky there about your father and his personality.
He could be very serious and very stern, but he was also quite, not cheeky, but he'd always, he's always up for a laugh, up for anything, and you'd always know he was mucking about because he'd wink first.
So since your father has passed, there has been a real difficulty with you and a man, darling, in your life. You understand me?
Yeah.
Your dad can't stick him. I'll be honest with you there, darling.
Yeah, it was my ex-husband. He hated him.
Is that all right? Perfect.
Yeah, totally. On my actual way to the church, my dad was alive when I got married. He actually asked me, he said, you don't have to go through. I'm like, God, you spent these thousands. They just never got on. He knew that he wasn't right for me and he wouldn't treat me well at all. And which I did learn, and I divorced him 5 years ago.
Do you know somebody called Joanne, darling?
It's the person my ex-husband ran off with, but... gobsmacked. But any other name but that, she actually was a friend at the time. Yeah.
I'll say God bless you. Thank you very much indeed for listening to me. And God bless. Thank you.
I think it's just so unreal, and it's just such a privilege to be here and actually get a reading, and it's the atmosphere is unreal.